It is the end of the week. Did you break your rules again? It is the end of the week. Did you FOMO trade, revenge trade, or over leverage again, like you did last week? And you finally told yourself this week was gonna be different. You were gonna start following your rules. You were gonna do everything that you said you were gonna do, but then you did it again. Do you know who I call, or do you know what somebody is who can't follow a simple rule that they put on themselves? You know what I call them? I call them a bitch. It is the end of the week, and I'm about to show you all the exact trading setups that I was actually able to catch this week trading my personal live account. Not my funded accounts, my personal live account. And guess what? I don't know if y'all can see it on my face or something. Obviously, it was a profitable week. But I don't know if you can see it on my face or something, but I actually had my biggest trading day trading on Thursday. I might have been just a little over leveraged, but I had my biggest trading day trading on Thursday. I made about $700 on Thursday. Dang, only 700? You call that big? My nigga, this shit takes steps, bro. You can't go, I'm sorry it's not a $70,000 trade. I'm sorry it's not 100 bands in one day type of trade, but I'm getting there. Soon I'm about to come on here telling y'all I made my first 1,000. Then I made my first 2,000. I'm getting there. You gotta let the steps build, nigga. You can't go from fucking crawling to running immediately, nigga. You let a nigga take a couple steps. But hey, man, let's get right into this video. So, this is Monday, the very first trade I took. How's the charts looking like? This is the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, what have I noticed? Obviously, we're in a clear day downtrend, but we started chopping up and we stalled. So, I kind of had a bullish bias. Obviously, I can say that in hindsight, but I really did have a bullish bias. We're also in this 1 hour order block, and we're also in this key high over here. If you trade support and resistance, support level. So I'm looking to get some type of long entry from here. So what do? I go down to the 5-minute time frame. I still mark out all my session highs and lows because that stuff is very important. Session high right here, session low was all the way up here. I marked it out, and then I marked out all key levels that I expect price to bounce from. Key level right here. I marked it out. What am I noticing? We're bouncing, rejecting from this key level. This is a great key level that I don't want to see broken if I want this low took, and I want to see broken if I want this high took. So I'm just waiting to see what it gives me. Boom. We break the level. I get in on the trade. I wait for a pullback. Get in on the trade. Stop loss right underneath the candle low that broke the level. Where am I targeting? I'm targeting highs right here, more highs over here, and obviously a final high right here. And what is this? Asian session high. Target all that fun stuff. TP1, TP2, TP3, and TP4. Smashed. Let's move on to the second trade. Okay, so on Tuesday, what am I noticing? We are obviously just broke structure to the downside on a 1 hour time frame. We're clearly in a downtrend. If you look over to your left, you can see we swept liquidity. Bias is still important. Like, you have to understand where the market's going, or you're just gonna get cooked. You're gonna get your entry signals all day, but you don't know where the market's going. You're just getting fried. So, what do I notice here? Okay, we just broke structure to the downside. Right here is a 1 hour fair value gap that we seem to be rejecting from. Okay, I'm kind of bearish. Because I'm bearish, simple. Go down to the 5-minute time frame. On the 5-minute time frame, I'm like, okay, I know this is the session high, and I know I trade from session highs, but I low-key don't want this high to get swept. The reason I don't want this high to get swept is because if I'm bearish, this high already swept this high over here and displaced into the downside. So, what did I want to see? I kind of want us to see us sweep some internal highs, respect this 1 hour fair value gap, and dump. What do we get? Boom. Once I saw this nice displacement down to the downside, my entry was actually on this candle closure right here. Just fast forwarded a little bit. Why was this my entry? We came, took out internal liquidity, inverse fair value gap here, inverse fair value gap here. If y'all need me to draw it out, fair value gap, 5 minute, another fair value gap, tiny one down here, Indy. Both of those get ran through. I get into my trade position right here. Stop loss was literally like right here. First TP, right here. Second TP can be these lows right here. Third TP, obviously these lows. And if you notice and you have some type of trading background, these are obviously session trendline liquidity right here. That's just my thought process when I'm entering into a trade to confirm that it's a good trade. So obviously you can see first candle took us into profit, TP. We would have been stopped at break even. So I'm not lying to y'all. I hit TP1, got stopped at break even, but that's fine. All the rest of the TPs got smashed and it kept running. Shit like that happens. But nonetheless, another profitable day. On to the next day. Okay, what did I notice on Wednesday? On Wednesday, obviously we're in a downtrend and we have key levels here that could potentially get swept. We have these lows and these lows all the way down here, and we also have these lows over here. All of those can get swept right now. So what am I looking for? Going on the 5 minute time frame, and I'm looking for shorts. Since I'm looking for shorts, what level are we in? What level is close to us right now that can give us shorts? This low right here. So I'm waiting for that low to get swept before I can actually potentially take these shorts. We just never get it. We never get this low to get swept so I can take longs. I'm sorry. We never got this low to get swept so I could take this long. But we got this high swept where I could use to potentially take shorts. So we've already manipulated to the upside. So I'm looking now to take shorts. We're expanding up more. I want to see some type of entry signal. Boom. As you can see, obviously, I got stopped out. But this was the trade that I took on Wednesday. I got in right here. I put my stops above this candle's high. And I was targeting this low that never gets swept, that never got swept, and obviously those other lows I marked out from earlier, and as you can see, stopped out. So yes, I did take a losing trade this week, which was on Wednesday, but it was actually the only losing trade of the week, because now if we move on to Thursday, y'all will see the absolute banger of a trade I caught on Thursday. Let's get right into it. Okay. So on Thursday, what was I looking for? I'm clear as day bearish on Thursday. It's not even funny. Why am I bearish on Thursday? We marked out all our session highs and lows. Well, we marked out all our session opens. On Thursday, this is a very predictable candle pattern. Price just came, took out liquidity, dumped into the downside, and this is a 1 hour CISD. I'm bearish. And we swept these highs over here. I'm bearish. Did I tell y'all niggas I'm bearish? I'm bearish. All right then. Go down to the 5 minute time frame. Now all we're doing is looking for an entry. But hey, look, price already came and it swept these lows. Are you sure you're still bearish? Yes. Why am I worried about a 5 minute sweep when we had a 1 hour sweep? Does that shit even make sense? No, that shit doesn't make sense. So I'm waiting for some type of bearish entry. Boom. Once I saw this, right, we came. I didn't want these highs to get taken because these highs swept those highs. So you have to understand. So some people were waiting for a liquidity sweep. I already knew the liquidity sweep happened. Break of structure. This is just a deep retest. What do I notice? I notice our fair value gaps in here. I notice Fair value gap all the way down here, but I wanted to see this first one here get inversed. So I'm waiting. I'm in this trade. Just like that. I shorted. Put my stop loss actually right above no, not all the way up there. Right above this candle. Where am I targeting? Lows. TP absolutely got smacked. Why was this my biggest trade ever? I told you I over leveraged just a little bit. I was willing to end the week break even if it meant that I could potentially get a bigger reward. So all I did was leverage the profits that I made on Monday and Tuesday. And obviously I took a loss on Wednesday, but it was a small loss. My profits are usually bigger. So I managed the profits I took on Monday and Tuesday, and I risked my entire week profit on this one trade. And if it had lost, I ended the week break even. I'll be damned to go into loss. This was gonna be the only one trade, but the setup looked so clean. I knew, you never know with trading, but I kinda knew that it would deliver. And it did. So this one trade alone made me $700. My biggest trading day ever. Clap it up for him. Yay! If y'all enjoyed this video, please make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're slowly reaching 500 subscribers. All the love and support, really appreciate y'all for it, because guess what? It encourages me to keep dropping gems for y'all, and hopefully I can share this knowledge that took me so long to learn with some of y'all. Also, if you're interested in learning exactly how it is that I trade, if you want to learn from me personally, if you want somebody to hold your hand and guide you while you're trading, click the link in the bio. I started a one-on-one mentorship, and I'll be more than happy to help out. Click the link in the bio, apply, and see if this is something that you're interested in, and if this is something that can actually help you. Peace and love. See y'all boys next week.